Hi guys and girls, welcome back to my channel. I do hope you're doing well. Welcome to a Scandals with Shan. And I don't really know what to do this month, guys, but I feel there has been a lot of headlines within the UK these past, I'm going to say 4 to 6 weeks. And I was like, you know what, let's just have a delve in what's caught your eye, what has been grabbing your attention on the news, because there definitely has seemed to be a lot of stuff. And do I think it's good stuff? Probably not. The majority of this stuff that we're going to be talking about is probably doom and gloom and not painting the great British public in the best light, unfortunately. But we have the good old trusted little iPad to hand, and I think I speak about it more in the bank holiday vlog. Yes, there will be bank holiday vlogs, and keep your notification bell on because there's going to be a lot of bonus uploads this week. There's a lot of stuff I still need to get out for August, and I'm using bank holiday Monday as my time to try and do it, so we shall see. But you might be thinking the hair looks shorter and the hair looks redder. We have gone and had a chop, guys, just before the holiday. We have gone for a blunt chop, just get rid of all them straggly ends, because as we all know, blue hair dye is a biatch to get out and it kills your hair, unfortunately. So I've just gone for a blunt chop. I was going to put a different colour on it, and I thought, you know what, let me whack a red on and see how long I can keep with this. Will it last for St. Lucia? I don't know. I might have to take a little gist before the holiday. But yes, so I'm still trying to, you'll see me faffing around a lot because I can't get used to the shortness of it. It's never been this short while I've been on YouTube, and I think the last time it was this short I was about 22 after I just had extensions, and extensions completely ruined the hair. But we're not here to talk about that. But I just thought you guys won't see the bank holiday vlog till later this week coming, and you're probably thinking, if you're been watching, like, something's changed with her hair. Yes, we took a chop and we've gone a bit more red. What do we think? What do we think of the short hair? Because I can't lie, guys, I kind of feel naked. I'm so used to, like, my hair, like, coming down and being, like, my safety barrier. I don't know quite how I'm feeling. But that's not a headline in the UK at the moment, Shan. So, guys, let's stop rabbiting. There may be mum coming in at some point. Not in the video. You'll hear her coming in because the house is filled with boxes, and with boxes that means you can't close doors, and I can't close my bedroom door at the moment because there's just boxes absolutely everywhere. So let's get in with it and actually stop rabbiting. Right, so let's have a look. If you want to get involved in these, guys, I always ask over on my Instagram. That's always linked down below. And also email. You can drop me an email. I'll add you to, like, the mail group. And what I will do is I blind copy an email out, whether it be sit down, scandals, mukbangs, moments for Mama G, confessions, anything that I want your input on. I put it all out there so you don't get everyone replying to one thing. And we kind of see how it goes. Always see how it goes, my lovelies. So this one has come in very recently. Another BBC drama, Germaine Greer. Now, I can't lie, guys, I haven't really read too much into this because I just think the BBC, to be honest, doesn't have the best light, and it's not really a channel I watch. It's not nothing I really get involved in, and it doesn't really tickle me fancy, to be perfectly honest. Oh, sorry, guys, vibrating away there, that's my phone. It's not something really that I've paid much attention to, I can't lie. But what from I can gather, it's saying he's been suing, or he's looking at suing, because he's saying he's done nothing illegal. And again, it's ruined his career with a raging wife. So from what I gather, it's another case of message exchange. Something's gone a bit X-rated, or something's gone a little bit not to plan, and I believe they've just completely cut him from the one show, which, if you compare to Huey Lewis, they kept him on the payroll, I think it was for 3-4 months, for a more severe act than sending messages. I don't quite know how, oh goodness gracious me, hopefully the hair's going to stop molting. But I don't see how you can keep someone on a payroll for the severity of what Huey Lewis has been accused of, and then someone who's had, like, message exchanges has all of a sudden just been, like, completely axed. Are they now, because of the relaxed approach that they took with Huey Lewis, like, making an example, in essence? I don't quite know. But as I say, it hasn't been one I've really been following, but I have seen it pop up. Yet this one I have seen pop up everywhere, and that is to do with J-Lo and Ben Affleck. What's happening, guys? We thought it was match made in heaven. They was giving it another go. Apparently it was on the rocks from the honeymoon. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't sound good if it's on the rocks from the honeymoon. I think that was something we all saw coming, because they weren't together on birthdays. I believe he was seen without his ring. They was at basically different sides of America. For her birthday, I think she kind of threw like a singles or a girls thing. And it was kind of seen as coming. I think there was a drama at an event where they were seen shouting at each other, and something to do with a slamming of a car or dragging at the car, something like that. And you know what? I think fair play to them. They obviously wanted to give it a go, see if they could rekindle it. But unfortunately, some things are just not meant to be. And maybe the history is worth leaving in the past. Maybe history can't repeat and unfortunately go better this time. But from what I gather, she's still going to be quite a big part of his children's life, because apparently they've got this bond and everything like that. And I read the other day her ring collection, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of her rings alone was £5 million. I believe it was the engagement ring that she's keeping. And then I saw again in another article, someone said that there was no prenup, which I'm not married. I don't really know the legality of terms, but I believe a prenup is something that wealthy people put in place so that the others can't get hands on that asset. Now, who do you think would be richer, J-Lo or Ben Affleck? I would say J-Lo for the music side, but apparently Ben Affleck's quite an esteemed actor. So what's going to happen if there's no prenup? Can he go for half of hers? Can she go for half of his? Like, do we think this is just going to be a get a divorce off like the record, get it done, dusted? Or do we think this is going to be a big thing drawn through the courts, like literally to the penny? Do we think it's going to get messy? Do we think it's going to be a messy divorce? I don't know. I feel like there could be a little bit of drama around it. I don't think J-Lo may be one to go quietly, perhaps. But yeah, I mean, what's going on, guys? Another one. Oh my goodness, have you seen the super yacht that's gone down? People are saying the people on board are to blame. My thought is it's karma for the man on there and his reasons celebrating. So this was, I can't remember the name, Balinese? A really big super yacht, that's what we're going to call it. And it got caught up in a freak tornado, I believe, in Sicily or the Sicilian Sea, which for me, you think Mediterranean is going to be very calm and everything's very like relaxed. You wouldn't think of a tornado or something in the Mediterranean Sea, Sicilian Sea. The reasoning, however, I believe one of the men on there, that they're all like big tycoon businessmen from what I gather, and one of them was celebrating something to do with getting off from a fraud case, or he was accused of doing fraudulent acts and everything like that, and he got off. Could this be their karma? I don't know. You know how the world works in mysterious ways and nature works in mysterious ways. But it seems like there was a lot of big established people on there. I believe there was a British tycoon who has been found, but his daughter, at the time I'm filming this, his daughter is still missing. But again, it was a big wealthy businessman within, I believe it was the IT or software section. But the thing that I read when I saw this and they said the staff, I was like, what do you mean the staff? Like the people on board. When I read into it, there was an article a couple of days ago saying the portholes, they was left open, which they believe could be the reason that within this tornado or something, it like capsized or sunk. It just seems a bit fishy to me, guys. If you've got that amount of people on there with that amount of wealth, and perhaps the guy with the reasoning for the fraud, you don't quite know. For me, I think back to, now I can't remember when this was, but do you remember the submarine that went down? And again, it had very wealthy, big established people in those areas and cities and clientele and that. And that didn't end greatly. And you know when you think sometimes, oh, what, could there be a reason? Could there be someone who's trying to like muscle in? Is stuff getting tampered with? Is it just karma paying back? Is there something not right with these? And yeah, I feel like this super yacht thing is going to be something that definitely gets more looked into as it goes on. I believe it's about a week or so just as I'm filming this, but I feel there's going to be a lot more. I think the Italian authorities are really clamping down on the staff and trying to find out like what has actually happened to make this boat capsize. Like what went so wrong in essence, and these people lost their lives. So yeah, if anyone knows anything a bit more about that, but as I say, I do feel that it's definitely going to be something that is going to develop more as we go along. Let's have a look. Oh, I've had so many comments on this. What are my thoughts with Molly May and Tommy Fury? Now, I don't really delve much into like reality stars, you know. I saw an article the other day and it said Molly will never disclose the reason that her and Tommy split up because I think she wants to safeguard her child, Bambi. What do I think it is? There's a lot of things coming out about the moment about him cheating and messaging and kissing. I don't know if there's been proof yet, because apparently the girl that said he'd kissed her, or it was alluded that they kissed, she said he didn't and he was a gentleman. Someone who said that he slid into her DMs was actually like a catfish. It was like a Tommy lookalike. So was there infidelity? I don't know. On one of her vlogs previously, apparently she said like there was just kind of like no sexual relationship. I do believe the fact that she was not happy because he had been swanning off here, there, everywhere, and she was left at home looking after Bambi. Do I think that there was a divide with his culture, how he was brought up, and Molly's culture? I do see that being something that could potentially have been a factor towards splitting up. I remember, I think it was on, I don't know if it was a reality show or At Home with the Furies, and Tommy said about the child not having education, and Molly was like, the child is going to school. And there was a bit of a clash heads because obviously they're different communities and different backgrounds. But I just think, just leave them be. I didn't like the whole thing online. People was putting the pictures up and then tagging and almost like jumping on the bandwagon and trying to actually gain publicity from it. A lot of them said that Pretty Little Thing and the clothing brands were trying to like push her clothing in and be like, support your girl. And that, you don't really need that, do you? You don't need that at all. But I don't think that will be a simple breakup. They're not married, they was only engaged, but I do feel things might come out, or people might try and jump in, and whether it be the cheating side or like the culture side, I feel there's going to be a lot of people wanting to get involved in that. And to be honest, if the real reasons ain't going to be disclosed because that's personal to them, people just kind of need to let them be. She's obviously still dealing with her child and bringing her child up. Tommy is, I believe he's abroad again. It's like, this is the thing that on one of her things she said like she felt alone because she was left raising the baby all on her own, which wasn't part and parcel of maybe what was said. She thought he would be at home a bit more, especially while Bambi's young. I don't like to speculate on things like that because I think you never know what goes on with relationships behind closed doors. To the exterior, you could put on this great face and you could make it look like you've got the perfect family, and then when you get in, you could be sitting at other ends of the table not speaking. You could be upstairs, downstairs, no communication, no passion, there's no love. It's just kind of existing, and you end up feeling like you don't even know the person. So with that one, I just hope it doesn't turn bitter, and I hope that people don't jump on the bandwagon and be like, oh yeah, well this and this and this, because at the end of the day, there is a child, and whatever goes out on the internet stays. Once it is on the internet, that stays. It can get screenshotted, and this is the thing, I think, when you have like trolls and people online, once you put that out there, that is there. Unless people delete it or anything like that, but that is out there. And you may think if it's gone off, well, that's fine. People could have screenshots. And how would people feel later on in life if, say, for example, they was trolling someone and then it turned around and their child down the line was getting trolled or anything like that? And I just think they probably wouldn't really like it. So I definitely do think that within this, unfortunately, generation, everyone is very quick to go on and be like, he's messaged me, or he's done this, or la 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 la. Whatever you've put out there, I would make sure it's true, and not just put it out because you're angry and you're venting, because once it's out there, you can't take it back. And as I say, unfortunately, that's not the world that we live in, I'm afraid, because people sometimes like to spout nastiness. Let's have a look what else was on here. Someone just put, how is Katie Price even still free? Guys, I can't lie. What is happening? What is happening? Because she's been arrested. She'd gone to Turkey for a facelift for 10 grand. But she's been done for bankruptcy for 700,000, I believe. But she went to Turkey for a facelift. Then she's come back. Now they believe she could be getting married. I don't know if she's going to court again. But I don't know how that woman is still out. What with not only the bankruptcy and not turning up for hearings, the amount of driving offences I think that she's had, whether it be under the influence or not, most people would have had the book thrown at them. I don't know. I'm like you, my lovely. I don't know how she's still out and about. And then I see that she went to, I don't know if it's Isle of Wight or something like that, for a holiday. But I'm like, you're on bail, I believe, for bankruptcy. Like, I don't know. I believe that I stand by this. When her and Peter split up, she has never been the same since. She's always been craving that love, that affection, that attention. And I think she was very pretty before she started all of this. And don't get me wrong, a little bit of filler, a little bit of Botox, you do you. But she even compared herself to Spock because her face was so like, and she said how many boob jobs. I think she's on number 17. Like that, surely that's not good. That's not healthy to be putting all of that. And I think she has quite a few children. What is the image that is being perceived to them with like the way that they look and everything like that? But I'm with you there, my lovelies. I'm just like, I don't know, because if that was anyone else, they'd be banged up and done. One of my lovelies says Southport. Now, I'm not going to go into Southport because it's a very triggering subject, and I just think what happened was an atrocity beyond belief. And do I think that the right justice is going to be served? No. But I think that one way or another that will get resolved and the perpetrator will get their comeuppance, what they deserve, because disgusting. And all you seem to see now at the moment is crime and violence, and it's just no. On the back of that, someone's put, did you see Leicester Square incident? Another reason. What is going on that you can't walk around Leicester Square and have someone with a steak knife attack a child, put a child in a headlock and attack them? Members of the public and a security guard had to apprehend the man. For me, oh my goodness, our policing system I feel was too soft, far too soft, and it's walked over. If there was a bit of, not scaremongering, but I don't think people are frightened of the police in the UK. I think people get off on annoying the police. And I have friends in the force, and I say to them, you are not paid anywhere near what you should do to deal with the crap that you have to put up with. But there's so many rules and regulations, and you can't say this and you can't do that. And I think, my goodness, when I was growing up, if a copper saw you, I don't know, you was messing around on a bus, they'd drag you off by the back of your blazer. There wouldn't be none of this, you can't touch me because I'm a kid. They would drag you off that bus and chuck you against the thing and say, get your ass home. Stop being a twat on the bus, basically. And I just think, I don't know, all these human rights and acts, and it gets to a point where you think, what about our human rights? And we should be able to protect ourselves. If someone is going to be in our area, if someone is going to come in and try and intimidate or attack us, you should be able to defend yourself. You should be able to defend yourself. And if not, I think that's a poor old do in essence. Another one says, my granddad always said before he passed away that it gets worse before it gets better in the world, and the rioting with the changes with the benefits. So of course, off the back of Southport, and I think these rioting has been brewing for ages. I do believe at some point there will be a civil war within UK, because there is so much tension. Everything is building, and it's not the way to be. You can have a peaceful or a meaningful protest. You don't need to go out rioting. You don't need to go looting. I mean, where did the thing of looting come from? People just wanting to steal shit. Like, excuse my language, guys, but that's just thievery. That's nothing to do with the reason people was protesting. And I think it actually took away from the real reason. And the poor families, like, that was a horrible, disgusting, unthinkable thing that happened. But that's almost was overshadowed by the riots. It shouldn't be like that. That should not have happened. It should not have been like that. And the thing that gets me, they had the rioters, they was arresting them, they was putting them in prison. Why can they not do that for people for more severe crimes? Child attackers, knife attackers. Why does it take months and months and months? Yet with the rioters, people were getting banged up left, right, centre, and they was getting harsh sentences. Why can they do that for that? Yet ones where there's like proven cases, it takes months and months to get people behind bars. And our prisons are supposed to be overcrowded. So where are they going? Where are they going? And I'm going to end on this one, my lovelies. It says the rioting is bang out of order. Families starting businesses, paying tax and putting money back in out of the economy, and the thugs are wrecking their property. I completely agree. In Belfast, they burned 2 shops out, and if they want to do something really big balls, excuse my French, why don't they go to the shores when do the kids come in, because they're doing the towns and it's annoying them. We've had over 50 years of trouble here and we don't want to go back to that. So none of them are doing it in my name, because that was another ththing. People was like, oh, I'm doing it for British people. No, you're not acting in this atrocity for my name. Yes, I'm Catholic, and we have Shan, do apologise if I said that wrong, as our minister. Protestants have DUP as that, so we're very different parties. It's hard to write, so if you have Netflix, try to watch The Rebellion. Okay, it will give you a tiny bit of what Irish Catholics were treated. Mama G is good and Dan is working away in the house. Take care, my churro, which is friend in Irish. Thank you very much. The house is taking a while, guys, but yeah, when people say I'm doing it in the name of British people, it's like, no, don't associate me with that. I'm not here for the looting, I'm not here for that. And no, I think the headlines have been booming this month, and I don't feel it has been for the most gracious of responses. Do you? Absolutely not. But my lovelies, as I say, you are going to see my face a bit more, so I don't want to rabbit on in this video. But if you did enjoy it, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe down below. And as I say, leave me a comment. What has caught your eye in the headlines, and what is your take on what could come in the future? I'm going to go now, because as I say, you'll be sick of my face. Take care, stay safe as always, and I'll see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye, guys.